In this week's Fully Loaded review, I tell why I think Springfield's Hellcat Pro is the best pure concealed carry gun going. So a couple days ago, I get a text message from one of my best friends, who's a smart guy, an attorney, and even grew up a little bit around guns. He texts me and he says, "Jeff, can you give me a list of about 3 to 4 9mm to choose from? I'm guessing I won't be able to tell the difference seeing as I'm a novice. Also, I need a quality safe so blank, his son, and his knucklehead friends can't mess with it. Thoughts?" And then I had to answer a question with a question, and that was, I had to ask my buddy, is he primarily looking to use this gun for a bedside table gun, occasionally to take in his car and in his briefcase, or does he actually plan on carrying this gun daily on his person? If it's the former, there are plenty of good full-size guns or even compact guns. The standard, of course, is still, in my opinion, a Glock 19. A wonderful gun, you simply can't beat it. There's many others. He asked for 3 or 4, so I'd put, probably a Smith & Wesson M&P 2.0 in there. Plenty of good SIGs, maybe a 320. Springfield makes some good ones. There's some 1911 variants, but he asked for a 9mm. However, if he is going specialized concealed carry, where one day he wants to wear it on his person, what used to be kind of the standard compact, now it has evolved, and this category has found such a good balance between shootability and concealability. Because the facts are, the bigger a gun is, the easier it is to shoot. It has more grip space, it weighs more, so there's less recoil, but the bigger it is, the harder it is to conceal, and you find yourself not really wanting to carry it because the damn thing feels like a boat anchor tugging your pants down the whole day, like a gangster. So really, thanks to SIG and its game-changing, revolutionary P365 that had, this is a handgun, I believe, offhand weighed 16, 18 ounces, micro compact, double stack, but still held 11 rounds, it really just changed the game. Still though, that P365 is in a really sub-micro category, and although some people can shoot it decently well, it's not a gun that you really want to fight with if you had to. However, now there's a whole slew of new guns that are slightly bigger than that in the 19 to 22 ounce range. A fine example of this, and my favorite gun that I've been carrying for a couple of years now religiously because of all of its features, its balance between concealability and shootability, and mainly just the way it shoots and feels in my hand, is Springfield Armory's Hellcat Pro. Here it is. I do like Springfield, how it gives you, a lot of stuff, a magazine loader. I like this little case. Here's the gun itself. We're going to measure a few specs, and while this is called the Fully Loaded review because it's heavy in opinion, and also I have a loaded gun on me, I'm not an idiot, so I am going to unload it when I'm waving it around here testing things. But this is last year's model. You see it's all black. For this year, Springfield introduces the same Hellcat Pro OSP in Desert Tan. It's called FDE. So let me just unload this baby. Let me walk you through a few of the features to tell you why I think it's the best gun going. First of all, the magazine's already out. You see that it holds 15 rounds, 15 plus 1, that is 16 rounds in a firearm that's just above the micro compact size. If you put this thing on a scale, and let's see, I have an unloaded magazine here. On a scale with an unloaded magazine, this weighs 20 ounces, 1 pound, 4 ounces. To hold 16 rounds alone at 20 ounces is ridiculous. A couple of the other features, of course, a buddy of mine, he used to work at Surefire. I gave him credit for making sure every handgun these days has a flashlight rail. I call it the Cameron Hopkins rail. Anyway, I think is needed, although I don't use it that much. This gun is called the OSP version because it's set up for optics. Now, I'm the first one to admit that red dot sights are more accurate and they're faster. You can see that on any competitive range on any day. I'm just not fully convinced for my personal concealed carry gun just yet, because there is an issue with the batteries. There's also some other dirty little secrets. If they get dirty, if they break, many people who are more qualified than me would disagree with me, but that's where I'm at. That's why you don't see an optic and you just see the cover. Very neat option to have though if you're paying this much for a handgun. I like the serrations. You can do crack checks if you needed to quickly, but you don't have to do crack checks pending you've got decent light, because it's got a loaded chamber indicator in that little hole right there. I love the sights. They're no bullshit steel sights that are tritium, so they're night sights, but mainly I like two things. One, I love the grip. I personally think Glocks are a little bit slick. This feels more like shark skin. It's that really micro sandpapery stuff. I like it, but more than that, I just like the grip angle. You hear this all the time, and generally people fall into two camps. They like the Glock angle or more of a 1911 straight up angle. This happens to be kind of a balance of the two, and I really just prefer it. This is very subjective, very personal thing, but it is a main reason, a big reason why I like this, the Hellcat. It has a 3.7-inch barrel, which is slightly bigger than the original Hellcat. And to me, that's just the perfect barrel length. Frankly, the barrel doesn't matter all that much when concealing. It's more of the grip. You know, I just don't like it to stick out past my hip there. And a lot of times I wear this thing at, you know, about the 5, 6 o'clock position, so that grip can tuck in my back. But, you know, when I'm wearing a shirt there, even me with a fairly small waist, it's just easy to conceal. Moving forward, let's test the trigger. It's got a Glock style trigger, 2-stage with the safety paddle in the middle there. So I'm just gonna guess offhand. I'll say that I think that to me it feels like it's better than a Glock trigger right off the bat, but certainly 2-stage, I'll let you watch it. I wouldn't call it crisp, because none of these polymer striker fired pistols are just terribly crisp, but it doesn't have the creep that a lot of them do. Let me measure it though. About 7 pounds. Frankly, Springfield, I wish it were a little lighter. But the main feature of this gun and what separates it from a Glock, it is thinner. And even though millimeters don't seem like much when you see them on a spec page, it makes all the difference when you carry. So you see the slide on this Glock, it is 1 inch, and then the body is going to be, the grip is just right under 1.25 inches. The Springfield slide is 3/4 inch, and the body is right under 1 inch. And I'm just telling you, that makes all the difference in a carry gun. This is the gun that I can carry all day, but when I get on the range, it just shoots more like a Glock than like a Ruger LCR or even the P365. I feel like if I don't have a rifle, this is my best chance, and that is why I'm carrying it. I haven't had a misfire yet in hundreds, if you count my other gun, thousands of rounds, incredibly reliable. It comes with everything you need. Right now, it is my favorite carry gun going, and I've tried them all. It's $650 from Springfield, and now it's in the Desert Tan. Do colors matter at all? Not at all. But if you're paying that much for a handgun, you might as well get a damn color you want. Let's go shoot this thing some more. Dog on the range, dog on the range, halt! Get out of here. Scram! So finally, after some back and forth with my buddy, I said, you gotta find whatever works for you. So come down to my house, you can shoot them all because they all feel a little bit different, but I'm confident if you give the Hellcat Pro a chance, you'll really like it. That's what I told him, and that's why I believe this Springfield Hellcat Pro is the best all-around concealed carry gun going right now. Oh, and finally, for the second part of the question, go to Hornady and find biometric gun safes that fit by your bedside, that have little simple key codes, that actually have a cable and go to the wall. They'll keep little knuckleheads out of there, and also some thieves, but you can get to them quickly. So check it out.